What is up, everybody, and welcome to my Night of Champions review, my 2013 Night of Champions review. Big show tonight as we kicked it off with Triple H coming out, talking about what's going to happen tonight with Night of Champions and how that Big Show and Shield will be banned from the WWE title match for tonight when the Orton versus Daniel Bryan match comes on. So they will be banned from them. Pretty much Triple H went to talk on about what's going to happen tonight and everything, since it was Night of Champions. And he was about to say, "Are you ready?" But Paul Heyman and Curtis Axel, Paul Heyman told him he didn't want to do this fight, that he begged them to call off the match, he couldn't do it and everything. And Triple H says it's gonna go down, and pretty much Curtis Axel talked about him then, because Paul Heyman said it's just all honor among thieves and everything. Well, I'm the honor and stuff, because he couldn't do this match. And Curtis Axel pretty much went out saying, "Remember May 20th when I beat you?" He said, "Oh yeah, you did, sort of." But pretty much Triple H made this date for like June 15th. That Curtis Axel will now be in a title match right now. Before I get on to that, I almost forgot about the Tag Team Turmoil match, which was a very good Tag Team Turmoil match. I really did enjoy it, especially for the Real Americans. People were really chanting for, I gotta say that. Especially for Swagger and them saying "We the People" until they got up to the primetime players. They took out tons of fucking Usos. So pretty much primetime players went against the Real Americans. Then primetime players pretty much picking up the win. I thought the Real Americans about to win it. Really great tag team match, very rapid, fast, and giving it a number one contender spot early for the primetime players later tonight against the tag team champions of Rollins and Reigns. But as I was getting back to that, pretty much Curtis Axel had to go against Kofi Kingston for the Intercontinental title, which was a really good match and everything, since Curtis Axel would be in 2 matches now. So he had to do that one, and he was able to beat Kofi Kingston, still retaining his title. Because, like, why would you call it Night Champions if all the belts weren't on the line? And we put this title on the line, so that's how it went down. And there were a lot of polls tonight for who is the greatest champion. Like, they had a vote for, like, who is the greatest Intercontinental champion? Jericho, Honky Tonk Man, Pat Patterson, Kurt Hennig, or Rick Rude. Pretty much people voted for Jericho, the 9-time Intercontinental champion. And pretty much also, second match, AJ versus Natalya versus Naomi versus Brie Bella for the Divas title. Fatal 4-way. The other Divas didn't want to help AJ anymore, so that was kind of pretty much the end of that. Which was a really good Fatal 4-way match, I gotta say that. Natalya was able to pull off a double sharpshooter on Brie Bella and Naomi, but AJ was able to come in, kick Natalya in the head, and hit her with that Black Widow into the match. So really good Fatal 4-way from the Divas, I gotta say that. The World Heavyweight title on the line. Rob Van Dam versus Alberto Del Rio, which this match was, I gotta say, going really good at first. Match was going pretty much well. RVD was at that 5-star frog splash, but Del Rio was able to hit the cross arm breaker. RVD got the ropes, but since the count went over 5, the finish was a little bit kind of weak, if you ask in my opinion. And pretty much Del Rio still held the world title after that. But then Del Rio kept attacking RVD, and he got a chair to go attack him, but Ricardo was able to stop him with the chair. RVD had DDT'd him then, and pretty much dragged Alberto Del Rio into the corner, and then Ricardo held the chair up, and RVD hit the Van Terminator. I gotta say, the crowd went into a frenzy, I gotta say that. So it's probably gonna be a rematch for the World Heavyweight title. But this would have been the perfect time for Damien Sandow to come out and cash in the Money in the Bank right there. Like the perfect time. But I guess probably the next pay-per-view we'll see RVD going against Del Rio again for the World Heavyweight Championship. Because Del Rio, I gotta say, RVD hit one hell of a Van Terminator on him. Always awesome to see that. Then there was another one, like the world title poll. Booker, Flair, Taker, Edge, and Batista. Who is the greatest world champion? I thought people vote for Ric Flair, but they vote for Booker T. And don't get me wrong, I like Booker T, but I don't know if he needed that vote though to win, saying that he was the greatest world heavyweight champion. Yeah, he's a 5-time WCW champion. Yeah, he's one of the greatest greatest of all time in that category. I don't know. Miz won against Fandango. Miz won. I don't even know why this match happened. There was no title on the line. CM Punk went against Curtis Axel. Pretty much a brutal ass match, I gotta say. Lots of weapons, kendo sticks, everything. Pretty much CM Punk was beating Curtis Axel out there. He pretty much fighting Curtis Axel in the beginning, trying to eliminate him and stuff. And pretty much when we got to those kendo stick shots, CM Punk kept hitting with the kendo stick. He dodged the GTS at first, but Punk hit with the kendo stick again. And pretty much GTS them eliminating Curtis Axel. Punk then had grabbed Heyman. Heyman was running throughout the crowd, but he brought him in there and kept beating him with the kendo stick and handcuffed him to his back. And then Paul was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" and stuff. Like, "Oh my God! Oh my God!" And then he pretty much went to Paul Heyman and said, "I broke your heart. Well, now I'm gonna break your face." Until fucking Goldberg, Ryback shows out of nowhere and spears CM Punk through the table. Then pretty much get a lot of cuts, almost like a gash on his back. Paul Heyman was able to get the pin, and then I guess Ryback carried him out of. But I gotta say, at least they put Ryback somewhere instead of him being bully raided everywhere throughout this entire company. You finally gave him somebody else, make him a Paul Heyman guy. Gotta get somebody else to fight Punk. But I guess Punk is still kind of on the losing end of this streak of fighting Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman pretty much pinned him and got the win over CM Punk. Dean Ambrose went against Dolph Ziggler for the US title. Ambrose won the match. Pretty much a good, alright match. And then also more of these voting polls. Sting win for the greatest US champion, which was very surprising. Sting is in TNA over a lot of guys. Winning the poll and stuff. That didn't make sense. Because he beat Bobo Brazil, Harley Race, Sergeant Slaughter, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Rollins and Reigns went against the Primetime Players for the Tag Team Championship. Pretty much really good tag team match. It was just alright. But the Shield still picked up the win. The Shield still retained all their titles throughout the night. So not really a big thing from there. And then the tag team poll, who is the best tag team champions of all time? DX for Shawn Michaels and Triple H for God knows why. The Legion of Doom, the Hart Foundation, the Wild Samoans, and the British Bulldogs. But for some reason DX wins, and this is what pisses me off about this damn poll. Why in the hell did Shawn Michaels and Triple H win this? I know his polls aren't really important, but let's look at some logic here, people. They only won the tag titles one time. If we're gonna look at DX, let's look at the New Age Outlaws. Let's look at the 7-time tag team champions of the world. Let's look at something right there, people. What kind of bullshit poll was that? You give that DX. If you wanted to make the tag team champions, you could have put the New Age Outlaws in there. But that's a bullshit part from WWE on that end right there, if you ask me, which didn't really make much sense. And you give that version of DX. If you want to give the DX, give it to the New Age Outlaws as one of the greatest tag team champions of all time. One of the greats. Not Shawn Michaels and Triple H, which only won the tag titles one time. At least the Outlaws won it 7 times, and they were the biggest thing out of DX as tag team champions. And if you're not down with that, because they were the tag team champions of the world, the Road Dogg Jesse James, the badass Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws. And if you ain't down with that, then I got 2 words for you. Suck it. Moving on. And then we move on, who is the greatest WWE champions of all time, which was between CM Punk, Stone Cold Steve Austin, John Cena, Hulk Hogan, and Triple H. But for some reason Hulk Hogan won. I thought Austin would have won it, or even Punk for some reason. But Hulk Hogan won, so especially for a TNA guy. And then we move into the main event with Randy Orton going against Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship, which was a really good match. I gotta say, the ref was knocked down at first, but he got back in. But this is where they didn't get sent to the end. Daniel Bryan, he won the WWE Championship back. Then with that same running knee move that he did to John Cena, beating Randy Orton for the title. The thing I didn't get was the fast 3 count at the end when the referee counted real fast, and it looks like they didn't notice it. And I'm surprised Triple H didn't come out and restart the match. And don't get me wrong, it was a good match, but I almost didn't feel like he won the WWE title in a way. And stuff. So it was something that just didn't make sense to me when you look at it. That's why I just didn't see, like, I understand it. Like, it was a fast count. Everybody saw the fast count. 1, 2, 3. We all saw what happened. It's probably going to be a rematch now, or Triple H is going to do on Raw tomorrow night and strip Daniel Bryan of the WWE title. And we'll see what happens right there then, if you want to know what's going to happen. But we're going to end this show right here. Very strange matches for Night of Champions tonight. Comment, subscribe. You know what I am. You know what I do. You already know it's here. You know what's happening. We're done with this review of the 2013 Night of Champions. Comment, subscribe. You know what I am. You know what I do. Live reactions will be posted up later on tonight. Keep watching that show. You know what's happening. You know what's going down. And you never know what's going to happen next, people. It's been a very long way of recording this show tonight. Very many different stops and locations, but we got it done. So make sure you check out everything tonight and this review and the live reactions that will be posted later on tonight. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace.